The Mets have slowly turned their season around, winning 2 out of 3 in their series against the Braves down in the A. Well, I got Jake Brown in the studio to talk hashtag Let's Go Mets. You're the guy to have in studio right now to talk about this team. I've seen you live through every emotion on social media following this team. What's up, man? How you feeling?
Yeah, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's the New York Mets. You could have said you're the man. That's it. And just ended the sentence there, but I'll take that as well. Listen, it's 12 games. 0-5 was a lifetime ago. It's not a tale of 2 seasons. It's been a tale of 2 weeks, Brandon.
Well, I want to get your thoughts on that because 16-4 win against the Braves. They brought their record to 5-7. They look like a completely different team, man. So tell us, what is different about this squad and what have they been doing right over the last couple of games?
Yeah, well, the first week of the season, their pitching wasn't great. The defense wasn't great. Things were going wrong. They weren't playing complimentary baseball. Guys weren't walking. They weren't laying down in bunts. And then during this little turnaround, they laid down 2 bunt singles for the first time in like 15 years, back to back. And the bunt is probably my favorite play in baseball, by the way. So I love when teams play small ball, and for the Mets, it's working. They're playing team baseball. Their pitching now is locked in. A rotation that had plenty of question marks when Senga went down with the injury and is out probably till past Memorial Day. But Brett Beatty is hitting now. Pete Alonso is hitting. Jeff McNeil is driving guys in. Francisco Alvarez, the franchise catcher, continues to be a stud. I love watching Francisco Alvarez play, and I love watching him play defensively. Everyone, A to Z, is contributing. Brandon Nimmo, a 2-homer game. DJ Stewart said, I need to hit. I need to buy my kids diapers like I did last year. And you know a thing or two about buying kids diapers.
Absolutely.
And he's doing that. 2 big home runs for DJ Stewart, who when JD Martinez gets here, his roster spot is probably cooked like one of my meals I've been posting, Brandon. So DJ Stewart could be on his way out. He's hitting homers. And the Mets are playing team baseball, and it does look like a different team. But this looks more like the team we were expecting, not the 0-5 team.
Real quick before we get into talking about the Kansas City Royals series, the way that the Mets won the series down in Atlanta, was that a statement?
It was. And listen, one of the games was rained out. Would have been lovely to take 3 out of 4 instead of 2 out of 3.
Yep.
But the Mets went 3-10 against the Braves last year. The Braves have owned the Mets. And it's rough to watch, but it's true. And to get 2 already the first week for a team that they won't play again in Atlanta until towards the end of the season in September was massive for their confidence, for their approach. And the Braves are probably going to win this division. Let's be realistic. If the Mets sneak into the playoffs, it's going to be as a wild card. But I'll tell you this. They said, we're here to stay. They said, we have pitching, we have offense, we play defense. Brett Beatty is such an integral part of this team. He's playing much better defense. He's so much more confident. And when JD Martinez is here, Brett Beatty's going to be your 8 hitter. He's going to be way down the order. He's already hitting over 300. So this is a Mets team that is playing good baseball. They're riding good mojo with the Royals coming to town. And Brandon, I still have nightmares from the 2015 World Series.
All right, because the Royals are coming to Queens. They're one of the best teams in baseball outside of the Yankees, who have been phenomenal. So break this series down for us. How do the Mets match up against Kansas City?
Yeah, the Royals are hot, but right now they're one of the best teams in baseball. But when it's all said and done, let's be realistic. The Kansas City Royals are not going to be a playoff team. I'm sorry to Kansas City. I'm really sorry. I know you got great barbecue. I know you got a nice stadium. But they got good young pieces. Maybe it is a team that competes. They got Bobby Witt. They got Cole Reagans. They have some decent starting pitching. But your average baseball fan couldn't name a quarter of the Kansas City Royals roster. And that's similar to the Mets. When you look at the Mets rotation, it's not a rotation that jumps out to you with Cy Young winners and all these pitchers that you know, but they have middle-of-the-pack pieces that have banded together and played good baseball. The boys are buzzing in Kansas City. The boys are buzzing in New York. And now the Mets get to return home. And I think there's going to be some added mojo this weekend. Doc Gooden gets his number 16 retired Sunday. I think it's going to be a near sellout, maybe even a sellout on Sunday. They're giving a moving arm bobblehead on Saturday. And Francisco Lindor better get that nice ovation from the fan base standing O on Friday night. It should be a spectacular weekend in Queens and a much better time against the Royals than 9 years ago.
Yeah, I'm bringing Brendan Jr. Saturday to his first Mets game, so would love a W and a bobblehead for that one. But really quick, you mentioned Francisco Lindor. We were talking earlier. You said that his wife has been getting harassed on social media because he's kind of gotten off to a slow start. You know the Amazins. You were saying that is not this fan base. What are your thoughts on his wife claiming that she's getting harassed on social media?
The social media world, there's a lot of losers out there. There's a lot of lowlifes out there who think they can say whatever they want to whoever they want. And that's what they're doing in this situation. Francisco Lindor has been spectacular for the Mets. He's off to a bad start, 100%. He's got to be better. He's got to live up to his contract. But the last 2 years, Francisco Lindor is an integral part of the Mets' success and getting them to the playoffs in 2022. He had a 30-30 year last year. He's here another 7 years. He's got a 10-year deal. He's going to be here a while. He's been incredible off the field. He's been incredible in the community. And people got to shut up. Stop sending messages to the family. You want to boo him, fine. That's your prerogative. But you want to send hateful messages and threatening messages to not only him, which we know players get, Brandon. We know the players will get messages. But once you attack family and kids and the wife, you've crossed boundaries. Leave his family out of this, and remember that we are less than 10% of the season. There's still 150 games to go. Mind you, Francisco Lindor is a player that's going to play in almost every single one of them. He plays in 160 minimum if he's healthy. He misses maybe 1 or 2 games a year. He's out there every day, and I'm confident he's going to turn it around. He got off to a slow start last year as well, but when he gets hot, don't let I was going to say Frankie, but he doesn't like to get called Frankie. Francisco cook.
Yep.
Because once he gets cooking, he's an integral part of the Mets lineup that'll have Lindor, Alonso, JD Martinez. And I cannot wait till the Mets have a complete lineup because it's going to be fun to watch.
Translation, RELAX. Relax.
In the words of Jack Nicholson, Goose Fraba. Goose Fraba.
Thanks for hopping on with us, man.
Thanks for having me. I look better than you today. I love it.